Hey guys, welcome back to Jay's Auto Detailing. You can see behind me we have our next project in shop today, 1966 Ford Galaxie 500. So it's been a couple dreary days here and been shuffling cars around. I had them inside overnight, and I'll show you what we worked on yesterday. We got this huge 24-foot enclosed trailer that we worked on, and it was pretty faded. So I just got that out of the shop, just pulled it out. Almost had to butter it up to get it in there, but it came out way better than when it came in. It was pretty faded, had some tree branch scratches on it down the sides a little bit, and got all those polished out, and this thing's got a great gloss to it. Let me flip this around and show you. So the worst part was probably the front, just from the water running down off the aluminum up top. So I polished all the aluminum, and this thing's got great gloss to it now. Customer's probably going to come pick it up later this afternoon or maybe tomorrow when the weather's a little bit better. Got a little bit of rain coming down right now, but it's supposed to clear up this afternoon, hopefully. But this thing's looking a lot better. It's a whole lot of trailer to move around. I just pulled it out with my truck. So that was yesterday's project, and got some other vehicles inside the guys are working on. But let's get back over to this Galaxie. So customer dropped this off the other day. He's not in a huge rush for it. He is getting it cleaned up because he's taking it to the Ford Carlisle show. That's like the first or second weekend of June, I believe. But there's supposed to be a big Galaxie meet down there, and that's what he's getting this thing cleaned up for. So overall, I don't know how long ago this car was painted, but it looks like it's been a while, and it's got some water spots on it. I had it inside under the lights. I just pulled it outside just to shuffle cars around. But I'm not sure what method we're going to use on this paint until after I wash it and get it all deconned and clean, and probably do a quick clay bar on it. And we're going to clean the engine bay and the interior. So once I get it inside, I'll go around the car and kind of show you what the condition of the paint is, and then I'll get it washed and prepped for whatever polish we're going to wind up putting on it. All right, so I got the Galaxie all cleaned up. I didn't really need a clay bar or anything. The paint's really smooth. It just has a lot of imperfections in the paint. You could see on the hood checking up. So we have to be pretty cautious on especially those flat areas, trunk lid and the hood. But I did a test spot on the trunk lid and wound up doing 3D1 with a blue HDO pad, and then came back with 3D speed, which is just going to be a one-step polish and sealant in one. I use it in a lot of my other videos too, but you could see on the pads themselves. So this is the blue pad that I use on the first step, and then the black pad that we're getting some blue paint on the pad itself. So single stage paint, which means there's no clear on this car. I don't know if it was repainted at some point. It looks like it was, but it was an older paint job that was on the car to begin with, even after I saw it. So we're gonna go around the car. It's making a huge difference. I mean, it's taking out all the imperfections. You can still see the check marks, and it's gonna look night and day difference on this car for sure. So after we wiped off the exterior, we moved on to the inside, and one of the first things I noticed when I looked up was the headliner looked a little dingy. It had some yellow spots in it and just looked a little weathered. So I grabbed the Scrub Ninja, just the scrubbing pad, and P&S interior cleaner. Very lightly, not much pressure at all was needed here. Just wiped off the headliner, and you could see the suds turning brown. All of that is coming off without any issues. Just a quick wipe with the towel, and we're back to looking brand new. I'm not sure if this is the original headliner or if it was replaced at some time. Maybe the car was restored. Regardless, you don't want to get too crazy with your cleaners or even introducing steam to this. You just wind up destroying the headliner. So you want to be as cautious as possible, and the least aggressive here was probably the best thing for it. You can see there's barely any pressure that I'm using with my hand to get the surface cleaned. So another classic ready to head out the door here. I saw in the video, wound up doing 3D1 with a blue Lake Country pad and follow that up with a black Lake Country pad and 3D Speed. So if you're not familiar with either one of those, 3D1 is kind of a hybrid. So it starts out as a compound, diminishes down to a polish the longer you work it. And on a vehicle like this, we didn't want to go too aggressive with a heavy cut compound because we're not working with any clear coat on this vehicle. So we're pulling paint off as we're polishing, and we want to do the minimum amount of removal of the paint because we want this to last quite a long time. So the second step was 3D Speed. So that is a one-step polish and sealant. So after we went around it, wipe it all down, and then I use Technician's Choice, their graphene spray sealant. So I just use that as like a quick detailer just to wipe off any residual compound or polish that might still be on the vehicle. Gave that a wipe down. I wound up going over all of the chrome trim, front and rear bumpers, and just gave it a little polish just to make that pop just a little bit more. Same thing with the wheels. And then interior, the interior wasn't really that bad. I don't know if this is the original interior or if it was restored at some point, but it is in like pristine condition. So as far as the interior detail went, wasn't really much that this car needed. The carpets got shampooed along with the floor mats. They definitely needed it. The plastics and vinyl and everything, door cards, just kind of gave those a quick clean, and 303 protectant on all of the vinyl. That looks really good. And then the headliner, as you saw, I was using P&S interior cleaner along with a Scrub Ninja pad, and that was taking off all the grime that was on there. It was mainly just dirt and dust just from the years. I mean, this is an old car, and if this is the original interior, man, is it in good shape. The clock on this car is showing 28,482 miles. I'm guessing that's 128,000 miles, but it is definitely in good shape. That's what I need to find out from the customer, if this was a restoration interior or if this is all original. Either way, it looks awesome. Now on the hood and a little bit on the tops of the fenders, you can see how the paint is kind of checking up there as the lights move along. Obviously there's nothing we could do with that, but we definitely made the paint brighter, shinier, cleaner. So it's got a good gloss to it now. When you're standing pretty far away, you can't really notice those imperfections in the hood. You can just see the shine. And I think that's all we're going for here. These old cars, so much fun to work on. I really enjoy working on them, as you can tell, because I'm always making videos on these. And it seems like this year we got a lot of old classics that are lined up. We got a bunch coming in next week too. So I'm really looking forward to working on those. Trunk lid is not as bad as the hood with the check marks in the paint. Went over all the chrome. Bumpers look good, all the trim looks good. All the trim around the windows and the doors. Polished all that. All looks nice and clean. See down here on the front bumper. I don't know if you're able to tell a difference in the video, but it definitely looks a lot better. Just light oxidation that was on there. So like always, after working on these, I always say it's like a night and day difference, and it really is. I mean, sometimes all they need is just a little polishing, a little TLC, and it winds up looking like a totally different car. I mean, this thing came in, it was cloudy, hazy, and oxidized, and now it's got a good gloss to it. It's gonna look really good outside in natural light. I always say, like, these lights in my shop, you know, they're always gonna amplify things, and that's why I put them in here, so when we're detailing cars, you could get a better idea of what you're working with. But outside in natural light, you don't really notice a lot of those blemishes, and I think the owner is going to be pretty happy with how this car turned out. So another classic, ready to head on out of here and head on down the road. I'm sure I'll be seeing this at some car shows and car cruises. They don't live too far from the shop. They're right down the road. But like I mentioned earlier, this thing is going to the Ford Nationals down at Carlisle, PA. That was his original plan, was to get it cleaned up before they go. Looking forward to seeing it out cruising around. So I just called the owner of the Galaxie, let him know his car is ready to go. We kind of have a break in the action of all the rain that we've had this week. The sun's shining today, so he's gonna try to get up here and get home. If not, it'll just camp out here for another day or two until we get some reasonable weather. But I happened to ask him while we were on the phone, like, what's the history of the car? He said he bought it from the original owners, and it does only have 28,000 miles on it. So that interior is all original. And I kind of had a feeling when I was looking at it, I'm like, this interior is way too nice for it to be like aftermarket stuff that's in there or replaced at some point. But 28,000 miles, that's pretty crazy. This car didn't get around too much, but he's got himself a really nice car, and he said he's going to drive it down to Carlisle. He said it drives excellent on the road, on the highway, smooth sailing. So he's going to take it down there for the show and enjoy it. But it's definitely nice. He said the only thing that he's done so far is he put new wheels on it. He's just got to get the center caps for the rear wheels. I don't know if they're on back order. He's still looking for them on eBay. So, hey, if you know anybody that has the center caps for a 1966 Galaxie, let me know, because he's looking. But that's the story on the car. So, as always, thanks for checking in. Thanks for watching this detail. We'll see you on the next one.